is about related to human resources. So meaning yung employer-employee relationship. Very important to sa akin, guys, kasi alam nyo, I also manage clinic as well as yung medical center. So dito, the key to infinite possibilities, according to Albert Einstein's quote, it reminds us that while knowledge provides us foundation, which is very important, syempre kaya nga tayo nag-aaral. And yung mga daily experiences yan yung nagiging foundation natin to move forward in life, di ba? So it's our imagination that propels us beyond boundaries. So alam nyo, in today's fast-paced world, creativity and innovative thinking, very essential for personal as well as professional growth. So for students, entrepreneurs, businessmen, or even in government offices alike, embracing imagination can lead to groundbreaking ideas and solutions. So now, very popular talaga to siya. Tinatawag natin siya under the name of Pinoy Boss. So ngayon, very exciting kasi marami tayong matututunan, especially in this episode. And I'm proud to introduce also a very good friend of ours. So matagal ko nang kilala. So let's all welcome Attorney Ryan Bansera.
Hi, Doc. To all your fans and followers.
Say hi.
Hi to all the fans and followers of Dr. Y or Dr. Johan.
Wow, may fans na pala ako, Attorney. Oo.
I am one of your fans.
Thank you. So, Attorney, I'm so excited na ikaw yung isa sa mga guest ko in Dr. Y Skin Talk. So, welcome to Dr. Y Skin Talk. Okay?
My pleasure.
So, ngayon, kasi, ang topic natin about human resources. Kasi I think yun yung advocacy mo. Can you tell us about Pinoy Boss? Kasi medyo curious ako. What's Pinoy Boss?
Well, Doc Johan, yung Pinoy Boss, I started it parang spur of the moment. But for a long time before I created that page, I've always been drawn towards sharing my knowledge, especially with other employers and businesses, and also with employees. Kasi I've been an employee for almost 10 years. And then I became a manager, and then now I'm a business owner. So parang I have this unique standpoint of having experiences occupying those different roles. Now that I have those perspectives, parang nakita ko that I could contribute a unique voice to sort of reconcile the conflicting interests ng employer or manager and the employees.
Kasi yun yung nagiging concern natin. Kaya kagaya ako, Attorney, syempre simula nung bata ako, ang role model ko talaga are my parents. I saw them more as an employer. So medyo nakikita ko rin yung mga ups and downs of being, especially in the business. Meron nagkaka-problem sila sa mga employees mostly. And not only financially, of course, but being a boss also, you have mental, emotional problems.
Physical.
And physical. Yes,
habang tumatanda.
Habang tumatanda, marami ka na rin nararamdaman. So aside from the financial side, and aside also from managing a lot of employees.
It's good that you mentioned that, Doc, because as an employer, especially when you're starting out, you really wear a lot of hats. And it can be very stressful. You're supposed to know and do everything. And every time something goes wrong, it's always the responsibility of the employer. Nakita ko sa social media, kulang yung advice or resources reaching out to employers or businesses. So parang may blank space doon. And I want to contribute to that by sharing my experiences. Kasi if I've made those mistakes already, I wish that others will not commit that mistake anymore.
Kasi syempre sabi mo nga, maraming wini-wear na hats yung mga employers. Kasi as much as possible, we also understand our employees. Pero minsan, in between, when there are problems with businesses, doon din nagkakaroon na ng conflict with the employees as well. Okay, so guys, so sana masiyahan kayo sa topic natin. So attorney, medyo marami akong questions about wealth. So medyo matagal-tagal to. Pero alam nyo, tutukan nyo talaga kasi very important to. Kasi kahit ako, marami akong matututunan dito on how to manage, a business as a business owner and also handling employees. Okay? So my first question, attorney, tandadanan, bilang boss, gaano ka-importante mag-walk the talk bilang example sa mga empleyado?
Alam mo, Doc, I cannot overemphasize the importance of walking the talk. You really have to demonstrate kung ano yung behavior na gusto mong gawin ng mga empleyado mo. It is as simple as coming to work on time or having a good attendance, and to the more important qualities like producing quality output. So, kumbaga, I don't want to demand anything from my staff na hindi ko naman kayang gawin or I'm not willing to do. Ganun siya ka-importante. And I've really seen it firsthand. Iba yung sinasabi mo lang, iba yung ipapakita mo sa kanila. Actually, I look for opportunities na ma-demonstrate ko yung behavior na gusto kong gayahin ng employees. So that's how important it is.
So for example, kasi alam mo naman yung doktor, very flexible ang schedule. Kahit ako, ano niyan, guilty. Oo. Siyempre, kasi marami kang gagawin before ka makapunta ng clinic. But for example, if you have managers, importante din yun, yung managers would be the one to deliver kung ano yung mga rules of the company.
Yes.
So basically yan, pinaka-importante talaga kasi medyo allergic nga ako sa yung absences.
Yes.
Important then that we create mutual respect in the company, right?
Yes.
Oo.
Yes.
So at the same time, we also have to do activities that would help our employees na ma-engage din. Yung magkakaroon tayo ng customer service relationship na seminars, yung mga yan. So very important pala yun.
Inisip ko, if I were the employee now, I don't want to have a monotonous routine. Kasi wala silang control dun eh. Some employees may have the foresight na, gagawin ko to para maiba naman, gagawin ko to para maiba. But others, they really need on-hand mentoring and guidance. So, ang ginagawa ko, ako na yung nag-iisip ng activities para ma-break yung monotony. So, yun nga, sabi mo, mag-seminar naman tayo, or biglang magpapagames ako, or biglang instant quiz. O parang mga ganun, parang magising sila.
Para ma-remind sila.
Para ma-remind din, at magkaroon ng excitement sa workplace. And as you said, importante masyado yung managers. You know, as we grow, we cannot do it on our own.
Yes.
So,
No man is an island. Ika nga nila.
Yes.
So I noticed, like for example, when I hire new employees for the clinic, so yung mga may training manager ako na sila yung nagte-training.
Yun.
Oo. Tapos magpa-practical exam sila sa akin.
Yun.
So that
Actually,
I will
that's
know,
really good.
I will know if tama yung ginagawa.
Exactly. Kailangan may exam. Kasi you wouldn't know kung naintindihan ba nila yung in-explain.
Siguro kasi minsan, I have to lower my expectations. Kasi syempre tayo, very diverse yung kaalaman natin. So, kailangan din pala tayo maging very patient at times. Kasi hindi naman sila pareho ng level of understanding.
Iba-iba yung background natin. Iba-iba yung abilities natin. I'm just being realistic about it. Yung inclinations natin, yung attitudes natin, iba-iba. So, you cannot expect everyone to catch up at the same pace. So, pag nakita ko na someone needs more time, as long as they're putting in the effort, I really give time to them.
My second question, bakit mahalaga na makita ng mga empleyado ang pagiging humble ng isang leader?
Being humble doesn't mean that you should appear very simple. Hindi tayo politiko eh. Kasi when you're running for politics, yung gusto ng tao is yung kandidato na kumakain sa karinderya or namumulot ng basura.
Basically, hindi show off.
O hindi for show. Ako siguro because of my age, I don't care about that. If I want to dress up, I would. And I wouldn't care kung sabihin ng tao na masyado siyang vain or what. For me, humility is being able to talk to others, whatever their class or status in life is, with the same respect that you would have for someone who is affluent. For me, that's true humility. Kakausapin mo siya at pakikinggan mo yung sinasabi niya because you're truly interested, whether it's a manager you're talking to or a janitor. Humility aside, I could say that I really apply that. I listen to ideas no matter who the person talking is in front of me.
So, ibig sabihin, attorney, in an organization, whether high-ranking or dito sa low-ranking officials, we should have the same level of respect kasi they all play a vital role in an organization.
Inisip ko, ano ba yung pagkakaiba ng tao na may pera at wala? Most of us, we're just lucky to be born into privilege. Talagang pure luck. So I really try to remind myself of that.
Maswerte tayo na nakapag-aral tayo sa magandang paaralan, pero hindi ibig sabihin na kailangan mang-apak tayo ng ibang tao. Yun. Okay?
Micromanagement. I know that micromanagement is a really bad word in the workplace kasi a lot of people, their productivity goes down when they're micromanaged. I think yung important starting point ng conversation is what is micromanagement? If you are being taught how to do something properly in accordance with the guidelines or acceptable standards of the company, that is not micromanagement. Kasi hindi mo pa alam kung ano yung ginagawa mo eh. I would like to give freedom to everyone to do whatever you want and have your own style. But this is a company and we have to present a certain image na cohesive. So there are things talaga that we have to do according to a rule. But when it comes to ideas, when it comes to collaboration, dun you have to give everyone a free flow or a safe space, ika nga, to say what they want. I value diversity of opinion. I value diversity of thought. When you really pause to listen carefully, kasi minsan hindi mo agad mag-gets yung sinasabing tao eh. So you really have to give time to it. And when you do that, you will be amazed at how much insights you'll get from your staff.
Kasi meron silang ideas na baka hindi natin din alam.
Yes.
So we can get insights. So parang attorney, parang beauty pageant din. There is diversity, inclusivity, yung ganun pala din sa workplace. Very important pala yun. Para naman light lang tayo, guys.
but I think I have to, Doc, let me just clarify. I don't focus on the typical diversity of gender or diversity of race. I don't really care too much about that. What I care about is thoughts and opinions.
Yes. So diversity and inclusivity on thoughts and ideas.
Yes.
Okay, number 3. Paano mo sinisigurado na hindi ka nagiging mayabang habang pinapanatili ang respeto at authority bilang boss? Kasi alam mo naman.
Parang hirap sagutin yun, no? Kasi parang kailangan ko magyabang na hindi ako mayabang. Parang trick question.
Kasi minsan yung mga employees mo, especially in the long run, some become close to you. So minsan, nababreak yung barrier between an owner and an employee. So paano ba yung doon? Papanatili yung barrier. Parang for example, another input attorney, like in my organization, used to be it was only me. But we expand our business. Parang nag-organize na tayo or we give specific roles to certain managers.
I think, Doc, hindi naman incompatible yung being humble and maintaining boundaries. Being humble for me is you stay the same. Being the same in the sense of how you interact with people. Yung kinakausap mo dati, kinakausap mo pa rin ngayon. Being reachable and giving time to people is for me one hallmark of not being mayabang. As to boundaries, you really have to maintain it. Napansin ko dito sa Philippines, it's very hard to maintain boundaries. Kasi pag naging friendly ka na masyado sa staff, a lot of them misinterpret it na parang pwede na nang maging disrespectful or maglaylo sa professionalism. Personally, I would want to spend more time with my staff and have fun with them, pero I try to hold back on that. I worked in the US for more than 6 years. Very different. Doon, hindi nagsisir, hindi nagmamam. We even call the lawyers by their first name. Pero dito, iba. Minsan nalilito ako. Kasi if the person is young or looks young, I don't call them sir or ma'am. Pero sometimes, baka ma-misinterpret na lack of respect. So parang ngayon, I'm moving towards just calling everyone sir or ma'am para safe. No? But kasi iba yung culture and I don't have any intention of changing that. No, I don't have that time or effort to do that. Now, as to your question, I think it should be implemented across the board. Whether yung employee mo is related to you or not, if everyone in the office is expected to say sir or ma'am, then they should all say sir or ma'am.
Actually, like sa medical field attorney, ganun din. Parang meron kaming tinatawag na hierarchy. You really start from being a student, you become a clerk, an intern, and then you go into residency training. So basically, nandun talaga yung ladderized positions.
Tapos yung designation nag-iiba
yung
talaga.
designation, nag-iiba talaga. There's a respect also.
Yes.
Oo. Kasi kahit paano naman, nauna na sila, marami ka ring matututunan sa kanila.
Yes.
Oo.
Yes.
In so
I
many
agree.
ways. Oo. So kaya yun. And in my clinic, as much as possible, na-create ako ng atmosphere na yung manager, sir or ma'am. And then, among peers naman, yung mga derma nurses, they call each other naman miss.
So even amongst themselves, dapat miss. Okay,
Miss,
that's a good...
yung ganon. Para mas professional yung way of recognizing each other. So, number 4, ano ang best approach para magbigay ng papuri, kagaya ng praises or rewards to employees? At paano ang tamang paraan na makorek ang mistakes na hindi napapahiya ang empleyado sa harap ng iba?
When it comes to praising employees, I'm very specific. I really describe the behavior, kung ano yung nagustuhan ko sa ginawa niya. So I don't just say, good job, ganda ng report. I would say something like, this is a very good report. It's organized, it's clean, you highlighted the important points. So I want the person to know exactly ano yung qualities that are being valued by the company. Secondly, I really make sure that my body language matches what I'm saying.
So dapat you're in a mood.
Dapat you're in the mood.
To tell everything. So mas maganda siguro yung attorney kung in a meeting.
Yes,
para everyone can also hear na yung iba naman, they have to do their best also so that sila naman yung ma-praise.
Now, when it comes to recognition, na minsan it might create jealousy. I try to really make sure na yung lahat nung who are doing well are acknowledged. I will speak from my experience with our company over the decades. The pros are it encourages and inspires people. I remember once, the first time someone told me, you have potential. Parang at that time, parang, wow, she thinks I have potential. Diba? So I know the feeling nung ina-acknowledge
minsan
ka.
iniisip mo na parang, akala ko hindi ko kaya, pero kaya pala.
Yes. Overall, I would say it's a positive. Dapat i-acknowledge yung mga tao for what they do. Now, as to cons, minsan if you praise a certain person a lot, it might create resentment among others. Hindi yun maiwasan, I think. So you have to watch out for that. I think rare naman to. Pero I experienced a disadvantage. Yung isa kong staff, I profusely bestowed praises on that person. Kasi that person deserved it naman talaga. Almost immediately after that, nag-iba yung behavior niya. The respect diminished. It was really saddening kasi I couldn't continue doing what I was doing. So I had to hold back and bumalik yung dati niyang respeto.
Kasi minsan, nami-mistaken yung akala nila friends na kayo or close na kayo agad. Yung barrier na ikaw yung boss, dapat nandun pa rin. Okay, number 5. Gaano ka-importante na bilang leader maging maaga or prompt ka sa mga meetings bilang example sa team mo?
Let me share with you a story from a few years back. We had an event and our special guest was a mayor. And yung mayor na yun talaga dumating on the dot. So we were really impressed by that. With that simple gesture of being on time, I immediately understood why that place was progressive. Disclaimer lang, no? I'm not always on time. Baka biglang may mag-comment sa baba na, nako, sa
I'm guilty. Buti nga lang, on time ako ngayon, guys. Naiyak
on
ako.
time si Doc.
Sabi, kumakain pa si Attorney Ryan. Sabi ko, oh my God, pwede ba ako mag-makeup doon sa table ni Attorney Ryan? Buti na lang on time.
On time. I can attest to that. On time si Doc today.
Parati kong naririnig, Attorney, always respect the time of other people.
Yes. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect. We're just human. But makikita ng tao yung effort mo.
Meron din akong na-experience na employee before. Nalilate siya 30 minutes. Kasi ang sabi nga, inaayos yung bridge. So naalala ko nung residency training program ako. Kasi nalilate ako. Parati yung sagot ko, kasi traffic. Ang sagot ng senior ko sa akin, bakit, Johan? Yung traffic ba yung mag-a-adjust sa'yo? Oh my God! Sabi ko nga, na-realize ko, pala dapat ang mag-adjust. So, ang ibig sabihin lang nun, umising ng maaga at pumasok ng maaga.
Yes.
So, alam mo na pala na 1 hour yung magiging travel time mo dahil inaayos yung bridge, so magiging traffic, 5:00 dapat gising ka na. So, ngayon naman, business lessons and consultancy insight. My next question, Attorney. Ano ang mga common na problema ng mga business owners, especially handling teams, at paano nakakatulong yung, for example, kami ng mga business owners, lumapit sa mga business consultancy?
I think one of the biggest problems in handling your team is the lack of a defined culture. If you don't pay attention to the culture that you are creating, or if you don't even actively create a culture in your company, talagang mahihirapan yung tao sumabay at pumunta dun sa direction that you want to go to. Kasi may mga employees who really will thrive in a very chill organization. Kailangan magkasundo-sundo yung mga tao mo in terms of courtesy. You create this clear path and culture, and it takes time. One way to expedite this is to make it clear upfront. As business owners like myself, we are always in our head kasi ang dami nating iniisip. So it helps to have another point of view. And then pangalawa is, you have a lot of employees, it also helps that someone else will explain it to them. And sometimes, mas nakakapag-open up yung employees kung hindi yung owner or manager yung nagle-lecture.
What are your thoughts on trusting employees?
Let me answer that on two levels. Trust when it comes to custody of assets or finances, I rarely trust. Ibig sabihin, I really put into effect a check and balance system. There has to be a record, there has to be a trail, and everyone should be accountable. The second level, trust when it comes to making your managers or your staff decide. I am big on that. I really encourage them to give suggestions, to be bold enough to make recommendations, and whenever I can, I really apply what they suggest. An example of creating systems for check and balances would be yung may CCTVs ka, may biometrics ka, because you wouldn't believe it until now, ang dami pa rin naka-manual na log sheet. Another thing is, there are things that I think you should not delegate. I'll never let anyone sign for me.
So that's the thing. I also do that in my practice, attorney.
Another thing is, do not let your managers handle money. Do not put them in a tempting situation. That is a very real question. Yan talaga yung pinagdadaanan ng mga negosyante, no? Let me just clarify that walang foolproof na method. Kahit yung mga organizations who have armies of auditors na nanakawan. So what we're just trying to do is to minimize that possibility. If you have to approve certain things on the fly, find time later on to check those documents. Secondly, everything that you can check on the spot, check it. I really don't have time to go back. Kung ano yung kaya kong i-check on the spot before I approve it, I do.
So, attorney, to make things light muna, nagbabakasyon ka pa ba?
Yes.
Pero gaano katagal ka lang nagbabakasyon?
Alam mo, may mga nagsabi na sa akin, nagtatrabaho ka pa ba? Kasi all they see is my posts on social media.
Oo.
Where I'm always having fun. Of course, I wouldn't post myself working at late at night, di ba? O sino manonood nun? So I really am surprised with that question. People only see a slice of our life on social media, right? So kaya nga sinasabi ko sa mga kabataan, do not be pressured. You're just seeing a catalog of their curated memories. Yung pinakamagaganda at enviable talaga.
Siyempre, alam nga naman mag-post tayo yung pangit.
Yung problema natin,
Oo, problema natin.
Bakit behind the scene na yan? Oo.
Dapat kunwari nandun ka nag-abroad, yung papakita mo yung maganda, pero hindi mo alam na nagtitipid ka pala.
Yes, or stressed ka na sa biyahe. Oo. Tama yun. No?
Push ng bagahe. Malakas yung mga mo, biceps and triceps.
Nagbabakasyon ako, but I don't enjoy long vacations. I feel sluggish after 7 days.
I'm like you, attorney. Hindi na ako pwede magtagal kasi marami na akong worries. Pag masyado nang matagal. Oo. So, kailangan 5 to 7 days. Kahit na attorney, nagbabakasyon ako kung same time, kung may magpapa-online consult sa clinic, ginagawa ko rin.
Kasi yung iba sinasabi na that person works too hard. They or she doesn't have a life. I really admire those who work really, really hard. Most of the time, your happiness comes from being very productive. So, kanya-kanya lang yan.
So, next! Pwede mo bang i-share ang isang instance na ang pagiging mabuting halimbawa mo bilang leader ay magdudulot ng positive change, especially sa workplace culture?
Just a few weeks ago, I asked my staff, I was just curious, nakita mo na ba ako na like natataranta sa office or ganun? And sabi niya, never pa daw. Or sabi ko, have you seen me like being lazy or parang down or low energy? Sabi niya, hindi daw, never pa. So that was a good feedback na palagi akong kalma ibig sabihin, I'm doing my job. That's a good sign na hopefully my employees take their cue from me of being positive and calm.
My 8th question, para sa mga boss na minsan nahihirapan maging humble, ano ang practical tips mo para maiwasan ang pagiging mayabang?
I saw this supervisor at the grocery. She was on a video call. Tapos, may nakasunod sa kanya na employee din, but kumbaga lower ranking than her kasi iba yung uniform and all that. Parang nangyayari is, meron siyang personal shopper. Sumusunod-sunod sa kanya, inaasikaso yung grocery niya. Well, in fact, hindi naman trabaho nung employee yon. And instead of looking at the staff to make sure they're doing their job, yung empleyado niya, yung pinatapos niya sa transaction niya, sinasabi ng mga ibang staff dun na, wow, sana all may assistant. So I think that's a simple example of maybe being entitled.
So number 9, paano mo maipapayo sa business owners para ma-inspire yung pagiging loyal ng mga empleyado na?
I don't have a formula for that, Doc. I am still really trying to figure it out. Masyado na kasing malakas yung competition for labor right now. We have no choice but to adapt, right? Because we have employees who have been with us for so long. Our retention rate is very good. There are certain positions that are high turnover. On the average, I'm happy with our retention rate. Ang nakikita ko na factors would be letting them know that when things go really wrong, you're also there for them.
I think it's also being compassionate to your employees. Mas gusto ko pa tumulong sa empleyado ko kaysa sa ibang tao. Because the employees, they help you also grow the business.
Maraming employer na abusado, of course naman, di ba? Which we do not tolerate or condone. Pero marami ring employee who take advantage and who abuse their employers. So it goes both ways. At yun nga yung gusto ko, magkaroon ng transparent and open conversation to address that. Example to, no, we had an employee na napagalitan siya, na-reprimand siya on something, at sabi niya, palagi na lang yung mali niya ang nakikita. Sabi nung manager sa kanya, di ba kare-receive mo pa lang ng loyalty award? So, imagine kare-receive pa lang niya ng recognition. Sasabihin niya na palagi na lang mali. It goes to show na masarap kasi mag-complain. I think the employees need to be more appreciative of their employers, to be more understanding, kasi tao din yung boss nyo. Some people say that employers will not take, your company or your job will not take care of you daw. It's your family and friends who will. I beg to differ kasi your job takes care of you automatically when your company is required to contribute to your PhilHealth, sa Social Security, for your pag-ibig, sa maternity benefits. No matter how your company is doing at that point, they are expected to shoulder it, advance it, and they don't even know how much you ma-reimburse. And I know that a lot of companies give a cash advance, have HMO, have insurance, have trainings, and all of that. So that's part of taking care of their employees. That should be acknowledged. There is lack of appreciation for the hardships that employers go through.
Okay, my 10th question. Gaano ka-importante ang self-awareness to become effective leader at paano ito ma-develop ng mga boss? Self-awareness.
Self-awareness is very important. Personally, I would say at this point, I am more self-aware. But many times, I am self-aware after the fact. Like, nangyari na, and then a few days later, sa ko iisipin na, I should have done it better, or I should have done it this way. So, but at least I'm self-aware. So, I have an opportunity to improve the next time. So, may mga
realizations.
Kasi ini-evaluate ko yung ginawa ko. Now that I'm giving seminars, is actually a very big help. Kasi nababasa ko yung mga dapat kong gawin as a leader, nare-remind ako. So, I'm forced to evaluate, am I complying with what I'm teaching? So, actually, doing these seminars and reading books, listening to advice, it helps me reflect.
So, importante yung self-learning.
Yes.
Along the way, dapat parati continuous ang knowledge and education, which is the foundation also.
Yes.
Yun. Kasi, feeling ko, attorney, as a business owner also, I think we should attend seminars.
Yes. I love seminars.
Yes. On personality development, yung customer service, but at the same time, yung management din. Kasi attorney, hindi naman tinuro sa akin yun. Ang paggamot lang yung tinuro sa akin. So yung mga management skills ko is based on my experiences as well. I had to recognize also the efforts of Boss Rex, my husband, Kasi siya talaga yung may managerial skills. Kasi as a boss, I have a heart, pero in waray, maisog din ako. Talagang I tell what I want to say. Kasi very perfectionist ako. Si Boss Rex yung taga-balance. So ako, nagalit na ako, siya naman taga-pacify na.
Bad cup, good cup, yung ano nyo, approach.
So,
alam mo, hindi naman masama magalit. No? I can say that meron talagang behavior na hindi nako-correct ng masinsinang usapan. Depende talaga sa tao. Like ako, personally, yung mga lessons na tumatak talaga sa akin is yung mga sinabi sa akin ng maragsak. yung sinabi sa akin forcefully. Yun talaga yung tumatatak sa akin. Same thing goes in the workplace. Yes. So, pag nakita mo na hindi umuubra yung masinsinang usapan, that means it's not effective. As long as you don't use insults or degrading comments or insulting words, then expressing how disappointed you are, I think is okay. Para talaga maintindihan ng audience where you're coming from. Mahirap kasi yung sasabihin mo, mali yung ginawa mo, pero nakangiti ka, and you shield the person from any discomfort. Hindi magle-learn yung employee. Hindi niya mararamdaman na, talagang mali yung ginawa ko. Kasi you're trying to not upset the employee, right? Which I used to be like that, and it did not work. I think you've heard of the observation now that today's generation is much, much more sensitive. I hear it from managers and business owners na hindi mo na pwedeng pagalitan. Kasi pag pinagalitan mo, magre-resign talaga. In my own way, I try to adjust to that. But I also train my staff that they should not be too sensitive. Kasi lugi ang sensitive. Hindi mo maririnig yung true lesson behind the reprimand or the true lesson behind the correction. Ang naririnig mo lang is, I'm being attacked or this is something hurtful, which dapat naman, professional lang. You're just being advised what to do.
Nandun lang sa trabaho.
Kailangan positive yung pag-receive.
Kasi a classic example lang, yung we celebrate fiesta. Sometimes, a staff would just be absent because it's fiesta. So mag-a-absent sila ng halos 2-3 araw kasi fiesta daw.
Alam mo, with regard to that, Doc, ako na yung nag-adjust. So parang expected ko na mag-absent yung tao on certain occasions. And I'm okay with that as long as I am informed beforehand. Inisip ko, hindi tulad natin na marami tayong opportunities for parties, opportunities for social gatherings or going out. So, baka ito yung hinihintay talaga nila throughout the year. Ito talaga yung big event nila. Yung sa akin lang is, bumalik ka dun sa time na sinabi mo na hindi lasing.
Number 11. So, regular exercise like your boxing sessions is known to have multiple benefits. How do you think it impacts not just physical health, but also mental clarity and overall leadership presence? Kasi alam mo, attorney, nanonotice ko yung mga successful people daw. Okay? Fit sila. Nag-exercise sila. Oo. So, ibig sabihin, hindi pa ako successful. Kasi hindi pa ako nag-exercise.
Kaya nga,
marami pa daw akong problema.
Pati ako na on the spot.
Ayun, attorney.
Okay.
So, ibig sabihin, attorney, dahil nakapag-exercise ka na, success ka.
Sige. Well, I'm not at my ideal weight right now, but I do work out every day. I walk every day or go to the gym. Pag hindi talaga ako nag-walking or nag-gym, parang ibang tao yung pumapasok sa office. Like, mind is like clouded. It's scientific. If you exercise, if you do physical activities, talagang it will clear your mind. You feel better, you're able to decide better. Na-prove ko to, yung benefits din, kasi I invited the whole office to a hiking dun sa kami sa bundok, no? So yung mga kasabay ko, imagine, I'm 40 plus. So yung mga kasabay ko...
How young is young?
44. So yung mga kasabay ko is around half my age, 20 plus pa lang, ganun. Marami yung hindi maka-keep up. So that's how important yung just being flexible, no, limber.
Okay, number 12. What's your advice for busy leaders or business owners who want to maintain a polished and professional appearance, including skincare, while managing a hectic schedule?
During one of our weekly huddles or meetings, sabi nung isa kong staff that before she joined us, wala raw siyang pakialam kung ano yung suot niya kasi hindi siya ganung tao. Like, she would wear whatever.
Oo.
But when she joined our company, nakita daw niya yung mga tao na nagbibihis talaga, nag-aayos, nagsusuklay. Well, except me.
Oo, yes.
And so na-pressure daw siya na to keep up. So that's what I mean with culture. Kasi hindi naman yun necessary sa lahat ng company.
Yes.
Diba kung okay lang sa company na ganyan, then okay lang. But in our company, we take pride in the appearance. Kasi nga, that shows your pride in your work, in yourself. And generally, don't you feel better when you're dressed better or you
Yes.
prepared yourself? So make it easier for persons to respect you by looking respectable.
So we're going on our segment 4, invitation and importance of a business consultancy.
So, hita akong mga kababayan din sa Region 8 and even outside Region 8, I am Attorney Ryan D. Mancera. I am a CPA lawyer and I am the owner of Mancera Business Consultancy. I have a Facebook page
Yes.
called Pinoy Boss. I'm also on TikTok and on YouTube. And my advocacy really is to promote a mutually respectful workplace. I have, as I said, more than almost 2 decades of experience handling HR and accounting and the finances of a business. And through those years, Doc, I have learned so many things and a lot through mistakes. And looking back, I wish that there was someone that I could talk to really guide me through these nuances, no? Itong mga hindi mo talaga ma-anticipate unless pinagdaanan mo. Iba kasi school. Iba itong na good in front of you, actual developing, and sometimes you won't recognize it until pumutok na or sumabog na sa harap mo. So now that I've accumulated all those experiences, I really want to share it with other companies to help improve their efficiency and effectivity. And more importantly, yun nga, yung magkaintindihan yung employer and employee. And to promote more professionalism in the workplace, not just with employees, but also with employers. So mutually beneficial. So if you need someone to train your staff, to train your managers on different topics like communication, etiquette, leadership skills, then don't hesitate to reach out to me. You can message me on Pinoy Boss on Facebook.
Wow, very good, attorney. So at least ito, nagkakaroon tayo ng enlightenment to help bridge the gap between the employer and employees, that they will have, yun nga, a mutual respect as well as harmonious relationship.
Yes.
Kahit paano. Kung kahit hindi naman perfect, at least merong
may effort.
May effort yun
Yes.
na ayusin din yung mga indifferences.
Yes.
Oo. Eh kahit paano, ang mga employers naman natin, okay, we hire employees who would also help grow
Yes.
the business, but also for their personal growth as well. Kung may opportunity sa kanila for example, lumabas na sila sa company, yung nakuha naman nila na learning sa company na yon, may i-apply naman nila sa iba.
Yes.
Oo. Kasi syempre, 'di ba, paano ka makakapag-apply ng ibang company kung wala ka rin experience?
Yes.
Oo. So at the same time, it's nice to know kasi yung mga experiences natin, minsan, kulang pa. So, maganda din yung may nag-guide sa atin. Kasi, di ba, sabi nga nila, attorney, your best teacher will always be our personal experiences. Oo. And nakakatuwa kasi yung mga personal experiences mo, ginagamit mo on a professional level.
Yes.
Din. To guide also, aside from business owners, yung mga empleyado din.
Yes.
So, yon. So, kung gusto nyo ng one-on-one consultation o gusto nyo malaman kung paano mapapabuti, okay, yung business nyo or businesses, kagaya sa amin, huwag nyong kalimutan bumisita, okay, dito kay Attorney Ryan, which is the Mancera Business Consultancy, or you can message him in Pinoy Boss, or you can follow him talaga kasi sabi ko, paano ba itong Pinoy Boss kahit ako na curious din, attorney, okay? So, hanapin nyo lang si Attorney Ryan for his expert and professional advice. Oo. So, siguradong makakatulong ito to improve more yung relationship natin. Oo.
Yes.
With the employer and employees.
Yes.
Oo. So, I hope, guys, marami kayong natutunan. Okay? Any last advice, attorney? Again, syempre, I'm giving the moment to you.
Last advice, My advice would be, let us treat each other kindly. We are all just trying to do our best and be happy in the workplace.
Yes.
So just keeping that in mind, trying to be kind to one another will go a long way and guide you in the decisions that you will make. And whatever it is that you're going through, remember that it too shall pass and it will become better.
So, thank you, Attorney Ryan. At pinaunlakan mo kami.
My
Wow,
pleasure.
Tagalog talaga yun. Ang hirap. Oo. So, it was nice na ikaw yung naging guest ko kasi para din maraming tao yung ma-share natin yung knowledge
Yes.
natin.
Mhm.
Oo. On how they can deal yung mga employers and employees natin. So, thank you very much.
My pleasure.
So, we have a small token that we will give to you. Pero hindi ko pwede pakita kasi bawal kami mag-promote.
Okay.
Oo. But anyway, thank you very much from the bottom of my heart, from Dr. Y Skin Talks and to my team as well.
Thank you also, Doc,
Thank
for the
you,
opportunity.
Attorney.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oo. At least, natuloy na yung interview.
Yes. We made it happen.
Yes, oo. So, uulitin ko, this is me, Dr. Johan, known as Dr. Y. So, don't forget to be kind, okay? And follow me for more tips. Bye!